new manager, new signings and a new dawn for my club Motherwell. Stevie Hammell made the perfect start to his tenure as boss last week in permanent charge with a 3-2 win over Aberdeen at Pittodrie. But football moves quickly and the attention turns quickly to today's tie against Livingston. How confident do the well faithful feel in Hamill's appointment? So, what do you think of the Hammell appointment, Ricky? What do you think?
I think it's a good appointment. He knows the club inside out. He's been at the club for years, so it's a good appointment.
There's always an experience as somebody that hasn't managed at the top level, but at the same time, the guy's got passion and he's going to feel what we feel when we lose and when we win. So it's a great appointment and it's going to work out, I think. Really. If you put aside the relevant experience, I think it's going to work out.
I think it's a good appointment. He's building the confidence in the team. That's what the team needed.
Positive, yeah. Positive appointment, yeah, definitely.
A lot of people have said that it's too soon for them. Would you agree with that?
No, not at all. He knows the team, knows the academy, knows the squad. Good appointment.
Brilliant. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. He's been with the club for a long while. He's worked with the boys for a good few years, so he knows all the young boys that's ready just to take that step and go forward at the first team. So I think it's a really good appointment. And he was up against a rock and a hard place at the start, and he said probably a better start than what we could have hoped for. No.
Some folks saying it's too soon. You don't agree with that?
No, I don't agree with that at all. I mean, the guy's just a natural player, natural ability. I think he'll become a Motherwell legend as a manager as well as a player.
I don't think it would have been my choice, personally. I think I'd have went for Valacari, but I'm going to have to get right behind him now. Hamill's a legend, so...
So you're in the boat of maybe a wee bit too soon for them then?
I think so. Well, he knows the club and he knows who's coming through, but I don't think we can fully count on youngsters. I think the squad's not good enough for that.
If there's one thing Motherwell fans love, it's one of their own. That was illustrated in the plaudits that Dean Cornelius received for his performance last week against Aberdeen. He also picked up last year's Young Player of the Year here at the club, so it's something that the fans really take to someone who's sat in these stands. And we've signed a boy who's sat in these stands. He actually sat in this stand behind me, Stuart McKinstry. He's joined on a season-long loan from Leeds United. Just what do the fans think he'll bring to the team? Stuart McKinstry, just coming to the club. What do you think he'll bring to the team?
I think he'll bring some real good crafts and agility in the midfield. We used to play in our back garden at Fir Park when he was younger, so I've known him since he was that. But he's really, really good player. Good addition.
I think so. I think he was a good football player. He didn't get many chances when he was there, but everybody who saw him said he was a brilliant football player. So I think, if you play with Leeds, you're not a bad football player.
Boy's good. He's went to Leeds. You can't have a bad player if you go to a Premiership side. So happy to have him back.
I'm glad for the boy. I mean, I was delighted when he signed for Leeds. It's just a pity he never got the opportunity under the last management when he was there. And he's been doing it at Leeds and he's done really well. So I think it'll be a good one for us, and I'm glad for the boy and I wish him all the best.
It's something we haven't seen. Obviously went away before he played any games that we'd seen, so I think it'll be exciting. Hope he gets to play and then I hope he's good enough for the first team.
Obviously you just signed Stuart McKinstry this week. What do you think he'll bring to the team?
He'll bring some freshness, some skill. He's another one that knows the club. Hammell knows him, so Hammell will get the best out of him, I think.
Spoke about how the Well fans love one of their own. I think if there's anything that any football fans love, it's a player that can get them off their seats. And this week, Motherwell have been linked with one. OK, he's approaching 35 next month, but Robert Snodgrass has had 28 caps for his country, scoring 7 goals. And he's been in talks with his deal man this week with Stevie Hammell, admitting that he's waiting on an answer. I know he's 35, but personally, he's someone who I would take here at Fir Park. Do the Motherwell fans agree with me?
Well, do you know what? I think it would be good if we could get him, because he's got the LT, he's a good player, he's been running about the circuit, and I think he would bring a lot of young boys on with his knowledge of the game. And aye, it'd be a good signing for us if we could get him, yes.
I think it would be interesting, you know, whether he's got the legs that he had a few years ago is another matter, but I think he'll bring something to the team.
Yeah. Well, I'm in no position to talk about anybody's legs, so I'll leave that comment to you.
50-50 over it. The age thing maybe hold them back. Experience-wise, you can't argue with that, but it's the age thing.
Oh, I take Robert Snodgrass. I bring him. His experience.
Take Robert Snodgrass in a minute. He'll bring a lot of flair. He knows obviously the Scottish game. He's played down south, things like that as well. So yeah, I think he'll bring a lot to the club.
I can't see it happening.
You can't see it happening.
I thought
if it does though, would you take it?
I would take. I think he can offer his things a bit. I don't know if he's got the pace nowadays, but I think it'll be good for us, and he's got a good football brain, so that can help us, I think.
Absolutely good. I see that experience in the middle of the park. I think it's really, really useful for us. And you hear one or two wee rumours and you hope that they're true. Obviously, we don't know what's going to happen here, but I would love that as an addition.
One thing that I'm very wary of as a YouTuber is that the vlogs can become a bit repetitive. Obviously, we come here to Fir Park a lot. In each stadium, you can only review their disabled facilities once. So I thought to myself, how can I make the vlogs different for the viewer watching? Well, each game has a big question. So what we're going to do is we're going to discuss a big question or throw a big question out there pre-match and then analyse it at the end of the game. So for me, today's big question going into the game is how well will Motherwell cope with Livingston's front man, Joel Newbley. He started the season on fire. He gave John Suter a torrid debut at Rangers, one that would rival that, I would argue, of Jonathan Woodgate at Real Madrid. Well, no, it wasn't that bad, but he was hooked by GVB at half-time. What he does bring Newbley to the game is a physical presence. He scored against Rangers, he scored a brilliant goal last weekend against Hibs, and he held the ball up well in Livingston's 1-0 away win at Dundee United. So he's someone that's going to be a constant threat throughout the 90 minutes for Motherwell today. And it begs the question, how do we deal with him? I think what we have to do is not get too tight, because he's the kind of striker that wants to feel you so that he can roll you and bring his other teammates into play. And the minute he'll roll you, he's back to goal or turn you, he can shoot, get a shot away and score. So I would give him half a yard, stand off him and then make the interception. Don't get too tight to him. The other thing that's going to be pivotal is our midfielders, Dean Cornelius, Sean Goss, or both, whoever's playing. They have to be able to shield the defenders and go 2v1 against them so that they can stop the balls into Newbley's feet and allow us to get on the ball. How well will Motherwell do it? Let's see in the 90 minutes it's going to unfold here at Fir Park, and we will analyse it at the end of the game. Finally, Ricky, score prediction.
I think we'll win the day. I don't think it'll be easy by any manner of means, but I think we'll win the day. I saw Livingston's game against Hibs last week and I'm completely impressed with them. They've got a bit of pace up front, but at the back they look really, really disorganised to me, and I think we've sorted ourselves out defensively. So I think we'll go right to the 2-2 I'll go 2-0.
2-1 3-1 Motherwell.
Well, to be honest, Livy, they're doing well. They're a hard team to beat. Watching the game last week against Aberdeen, especially the second half, I fancy our chances. I hope so. I hope we can beat them. Yeah.
I'll be optimistic. I'll say 2-1 Motherwell.
2-1 Motherwell.
The big European clubs are all striving for that three-headed monster.
2-0 Motherwell.
3-1.
Everybody's confident, I don't like it. So I've just said to Big Sean behind me here, oh, this new GoPro's brilliant, I can see what I'm filming. Oh, that's dead brilliant, aye, fantastic. So it's like basically when you tell your mom you get a C in a test, and I apologise to the guys behind me for having to hear that twice, but aye. Here come the teams. Motherwell and Livingston. I don't know if you can make it the banner for this big quiz, but it's a photo of Stevie Hammell playing in the jersey and have his manager that says Motherwell through. Just done 15 minutes, it's literally meant nothing for me to talk about. Just as I say that, Motherwell will end up, but no, Dean Cornelius probably about the only real half chance. He gets in behind a wee bit and then he just hesitates and doesn't take a shot, and then he's dispossessed. The game's been that bad that that's all I can really say about it. Really, nothing has happened at all. He kicked Motherwell. Whipped in. Oh, headed it back post. Wide. That's the first big chance of the game. Let me get a free kick here. Whipped in. Thankfully, they went close for the free kick. A wee half chance for Motherwell there. We were moaning at them for taking the free kick short. Just as Livi get one at the edge of the box, so I'll keep this running. But we'll moan at them for taking it short, and it's a good interchange. Blair Spittle gets in down this flank, he puts one in. Carl Slattery tries to flick it with his heel, it just goes wide of goal. But no, Livi have got a free kick up there then. Livi, free kick here. Wide of goal, thankfully. I remember I went to a game at Broadwood. It was between Scotland under 21s and Norway, and it was 0-0, and I said it was the worst game of football that I'd ever been in. I'd never beat a game of football as bad as it, but it's half time, Motherwell 0, Livingston 0, and there's genuinely no been a clear-cut chance. Motherwell had one wide for a free kick, Slattery has the flick, Livingston hit one straight into Kelly's hands and a free kick wide of goal, and that's all there's really been in the half. It's been a nothing game, and it's illustrated by the score, 0-0 half time. Tell you what, I know Rangers fans will be unhappy at the referee while we call him today, but the referee we've got today, every bit as bad. That looked like a corner. Van Veen did well, he jinks inside, wee chop that he loved and tried to reverse one into the bottom corner, but it looked like it took a deflection on the way. I know I'm miles away, but you can always tell with the reaction. The Cooper stand and the John Hunter, the referee doesn't give it, but no, that was bright, just wide for Motherwell. Oh! And ball shout, this ref's no good as in. Oh my god! He's gave a penalty!
He spoke to the linesman, the linesman put his flag up.
That was the only way anything was happening in this game. Van Veen. Yeah! 1-0 Motherwell! I'm all for this new manager, finally. Silly free kick given away for the tug on the Livingston jersey. And we're going to score with 10 men. One thing you want is a set piece in it. Oh, please don't go in.
This is going right there, man.
I don't share his confidence here. This is such a Motherwell thing today. Telling you.
Tell me, where you in a bar?
There's Mystic Meg there, welcome to the vlog, Mystic Meg, brilliant. It's pretty long, it's not done yet. So hold the defence another ball. Come on, for the whistle. Another long ball, Ricky Lally. Good job. Yeah! Full time, Motherwell 1, Livi 0. We're sat in third and I'll do the debut in the house, come on! So, the day after the game, time for the review. I'm going to start off with something that's been a big talking point this weekend, and that is the referee. And not just in this game, but in many games across Scotland, there was bad decisions at Easter Road. Another terrible one up in Dingwall, how Baldwin stays on the pitch, I don't know. And the referee in that game was just as bad. Dick Walsh, he gives a penalty kick for us, and I need to be honest, I don't think it is a penalty. I think it is the Livi player here, but he does have his arm outstretched, not quite like mine, but no. Terrible performance. I think he missed some fouls for us, and he was just all round very poor for both teams, so I'm going to give him a 1. Because even Moyle sending off, who I thought it was the Moyle that played for Hamilton, go that one, right? different guy, but I don't think his first booking is a booking. Second one definitely is, but I have to be down the middle. He's got it wrong. Referee 1 out of 10. We're changing up the way that we do the review for stadiums that I've been to. So I'm going to also talk about the tactical decisions in the game, particularly for Stevie Hammell. Obviously for Livingston's point of view, it was difficult for them when they went down to 10 men to try and get anything for the game, but I thought when he brought Joe Efford on, I thought it was a smart decision. Interesting to see Joe Efford more willing to track back. I think that's to do with Hamill's come in. There's a lot more fluidity about the structure of the team and the formation, whereas under Alexander it was very rigid. Stick to the formation and make sure we don't concede. There's a lot of fluid movement in this formation. When Joe Efford come on, he provided a lot of energy, and as I say, tracking back as well. And then even though we were a man up in the game, he still brings on Barry Maguire, and for me that was a good decision because a more defensive minded midfielder, and also the fact that they can still score for a set piece or something, so it gives us that wee bit of more stability going into the last 10 minutes. I think it was he got. Going to give him a 7 out of 10. The only reason I'm not giving him higher is because I would like to have seen young Stuart McKinstry make his debut, so a wee bit disappointed in that, but maybe it's a case of him not being ready, and we'll see him next week. So 7 out of 10 for the tactical decisions by Stevie Hammell in the game. And lastly, the one that we introduced, quite big new feature here in the vlogs, the big talking point, and I said it was how we were going to cope with Joe Newbley. I said that we had to get a midfielder in front of him to help shield the defenders to stop the service into his feet, and we couldn't get too tight. And their two centre backs were absolutely fantastic. So Holm Johansson and Ricky Lamy, thought they were outstanding. Thought Dean Cornelius had a solid game as well. But the man I have to mention, Sean Goss, he looks like a completely different player under Stevie Hammell. He looks absolutely fantastic. So Newbley was as quiet as New Douglas Park on Saturday, so I thought we were outstanding, and I'm going to give the way that we did with him a 10 out of 10 because he didn't trouble us at all. And that leads me on to my man of the match, Ricky Lamy. He would have heated these misses if he stuck it in front of him. Honestly, he was just heading everything, dealt with everything that came into the box, as well as Johansson. It was close between the two. The sponsors gave it to Van Veen. Alright, he gets his goal, 3 and 4 for him now, and he's a big reason why we've won the games that we've won this season. But I just think the way the defenders dealt with Newbley, and it was a big talking point in the game, and they've done it brilliantly. So that gives the total for this review of Motherwell v Livingston at 18 out of 30. The only thing letting that down really was the performance of referee Nick Walsh. We will be off to watch Rangers B versus Dumbarton on Tuesday night, so I hope you're looking forward to that one. Hope you enjoyed the vlog as well, guys. Thanks for watching.